Hey, this is Jeremy Bennett with J&J Power Sports. I'm super excited to bring you this video because what we're going to do is we're going to reveal the results of our bone stock White Lightning scooter and what happened to it once we put on the J&J Power Sports Speed Pack. So here in just a second, what we'll do is we will cut away and I'll show you some of the field testing that we've actually done. Now, one of the things you got to realize is we tested this thing like you would not believe. We tested it in so many different areas in so many different ways. We almost put 100 miles on this scooter by doing just 3 simple tests. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to try to squeeze as much power out of this thing as we possibly could so we got the best results possible. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and cut away. You can go ahead and take a look at all the testing and everything that we did in the field, and we'll be right back in just a minute to show you the results. So stay tuned. Don't turn it off. I'll come back and turn it off. See how what kind of speed we got on the screen. That's fine. I can come to it. Oh, did you see it? 32. You see it? All right, cool. We're good. $22. All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed all of the testing and everything we did, but let's go ahead and get right into the results of what happened to this scooter. So in the stock configuration, what we did, the first thing we did was the hill climb. The hill climb is approximately 120 feet or so. Now we tested it a couple different ways. The first thing we did was we tested it with the line we were using to gauge our miles per hour was right on the peak or the crest of the hill. That way the scooter had to continually pull all the way up the hill. The next thing we did is we scooted the line just a little bit farther back to see if we could get any more miles per hour, to see what that acceleration was like once it crested the top of that hill. Now, with the stock configuration, we got 17 and 19 miles per hour. Now, once we bolted on the Speed Pack, our gain, we went to 19 miles per hour and 22 miles per hour in that short amount of distance. So that was a net gain of +2 and +3 miles per hour on our hill climb. Now the next thing we did was our 60-foot time. Now the 60-foot time, again, we ran this thing back and forth several different ways to make sure the wind or anything like that wasn't playing any effect. So on the 60-foot time in the stock configuration, we got 11 to 12 miles per hour. Once we bolted on the Speed Pack, we got 13 and 15 miles per hour. So again, that's a net gain of +2 and +3 miles per hour. Now, the last thing we tested was the overall top speed. Now, the top speed we did was about 1/2 mile long. And we ran this thing several different ways, and we ran it hundreds of times, it seemed like, just to make sure any kind of wind was not going to play any effect on our overall top speed. So in the stock configuration, we got 32 miles an hour out of the scooter. Now, when we had the Speed Pack on there, our top speed jumped all the way up to 37 miles per hour. So that was a net gain of 5 miles an hour just by bolting on the speed pack and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned some things out of it. I hope you see what can happen to your scooter with just a little bit of work on it. Just some basically 4 parts that you can bolt on there. It literally takes about 10 to 15 minutes to put all this stuff on there. And you can see positive gains across the board on your scooter. Now, this scooter, in my opinion, wasn't the fastest scooter in the world. It started out at 32 miles an hour. I've seen him go up to 35 to 37 stock. So this scooter wasn't anything that had any blistering speed. So I was very happy and I was very surprised at the total top speed of a 5 mile an hour gain on this scooter. Other scooters, we've seen them get up to a 10 mile an hour gain with the bolt-on speed pack. So honestly, it just depends on the scooter that you have, on what kind of gains you can get. But on a scooter just like this one here, we got a +5 on the top speed, and everything else on the short runs, we got 2 to 3 more miles an hour in that acceleration. And it was definitely something you could feel when you were riding that scooter. So this is Jeremy Venep with J&J Power Sports. Hope you got some value out of this video. If you see this thing on YouTube or anything like that, you can subscribe to our channel if you see it on our website or anything. And you want to leave us some comments, you can reach out to jeremy.venep@hotmail.com. That's our email address. That's the best way to get a hold of us. Or if you go to our website, jnjpowersports.com, you can also go on there and send us an email as well. And we'll get back to everybody who sends us an email. So again, Jeremy Venep with J&J Power Sports. Thank you for watching this video. We really enjoyed bringing it to you. Stay tuned. We got more in store for our White Lightning scooter. We still got to put our Beast Big Bore kit on there and all kinds of different parts that we got in stock that we're going to put on there just to see what the results are, and we'll be reporting those back to you. So stay tuned for those results.